Have you ever tried to stay professional when everything inside you urges you not to be? I have. It's hell trying to lead a team when your focus keeps drifting again and again to the same person. The woman who made professionalism feel like a performance. The one who turned routine meetings into emotional tightropes. She works for me. At first, I told myself it was admiration, nothing more. She was diligent, dedicated, the kind of person any leader would trust with critical work. I respected that. But then came the subtler things. The way she avoided my eyes when we spoke in private. The trembling in her hands during high-pressure reviews. The tension in her shoulders that didn't match the calm she projected. And the worst part? I started reacting. My tone softened when I addressed her. I lingered longer than I should have during check-ins. I found reasons, ridiculous, flimsy reasons, to talk to her, to hover near her desk, to observe her more closely than I should have. I knew I was towing the line, but some part of me didn't want to stop. I kept wondering if I was imagining it all. Maybe she was just a perfectionist under pressure. Maybe I was the one adding subtext where none existed. But then came the moment that shifted everything, an otherwise normal afternoon. She sat alone in the office cafe, surrounded by papers, looking exhausted. Not just physically, but emotionally drained in a way that told me her battles weren't just professional. I approached without thinking. "Everything okay with the project wrap-up?" I asked, aiming for casual. She looked up, eyes guarded. "Yeah, just double-checking some data." Her voice was steady but too controlled, like she'd rehearsed neutrality. I leaned closer than I should have, placing my hand on the table, close enough to feel the heat between us. "I've noticed you've been more distant lately," I said. Her eyes dropped again. "It's just focus. I'm trying to give my best on this project." I nodded, but I didn't believe her. Not completely. The silence that followed wasn't awkward. It was full, tense, too much unsaid between us. "Take care of yourself," I said softly, even while trying to hold everything together. Then I walked away. Not because I wanted to, but because I didn't trust myself to stay. That moment haunted me. I replayed it endlessly in my head. What I said, how she looked, what I could have done differently. I kept reminding myself it was just stress, that after the project ended, things would go back to normal. But the final night before delivery proved otherwise. The office emptied out, slowly, one by one, until it was just us. We sat in silence for a long time, working, at least pretending to. The air between us was thick, charged with tension and unspoken thoughts. At one point, I realized we were standing close. Too close for it to be about documents and deadlines. I could smell her perfume. And when I looked at her, really looked, I saw it. The same thing I'd been hiding. "I've tried not to cross the line," I said. My voice was quieter than it should have been, more vulnerable than I ever let myself sound at work. She didn't flinch. "I get it," she said, her voice equally raw. "I've been fighting the same battle. I should have let her lead. I should have waited. But I didn't." And then we kissed. No permission, no rational thought, just instinct, emotion, weeks of restraint finally breaking loose. When we pulled away, the moment felt both impossibly right and dangerously wrong. "This is going to get complicated," I whispered. "I know," she said. "I want you, but I don't want to jeopardize my career." Her words weren't angry or regretful, just honest. And honest hurts more than rejection sometimes. I nodded. I understand. And I support you, completely. She smiled. A sad, quiet smile. And that was it. No promises, no plans. Just an understanding. That maybe the bravest thing I could do for her was let her decide. To give her space. To respect the line we crossed. And help her redraw it, if she chose to. Love, I learned, isn't always about acting on your feelings. Sometimes it's about knowing when not to. About staying close enough to be a safe place, not another complication. And so, I stayed. Not as her boss, not as her secret, but as her supporter, waiting. Not with expectation, but with care. Because real love sometimes means waiting for the moment when both hearts can step forward, together, without fear, without risk, just truth.